up for grabs.
Jawhead high, yeah. That's where I would say. That's what they've been doing with this comp.
I mean, if the jungle is flexible, I would even be okay with Jawhead Gatot, you know?
Actually, that's not a bad shot because inevitably you want to still hold on to that flex pick, right? You don't want to just be so honest and say, hey, we're playing early game, counter us in the second phase, but go high glue instead.
But you still get some options. You can still switch up your roamer. And I think the Jawhead would have had a little bit of trouble with the Yve, kind of. So
yeah, true.
I mean, it's comfortable at least. And now you can still switch up, pick whatever roamer you want. You have options for mid. Cho is taken by TLID though.
So now it's like aiming for Yums then, because they already have the Cho, so they don't have to worry about their own roamers. So just take out the rest. And so what are you looking at here? Edith, the Tigreal.
I'm thinking the Tigreal. I'm thinking the Edith as well. Both are really good options. But let's get rid of, you know, map presence heroes. I don't think that TLID is going to ban out Chip. I feel like the onus is on SRG. If they are worried about it, they basically lose one free ban on that second phase.
Now,
that's tough.
They're going to have to play for survivability as well, right? You have this Hayabusa who can dive to the back line. You have this Glue who's going to be very hard to kill. And not to mention, we all know what Innocent can do with a Granger. I was going to say the high-lows could definitely be a very wise option, and particularly in the gold lane, maybe going for something with some peel, right? Maybe going for something that can fight from a little bit further. Maybe the Irithil may sneak up in here.
Yeah, so they waited out. They don't ban the Chip immediately. They give the option to see exactly where TLID is going from here. You know, a lot of teams have been banning out this 3G in the second phase. We'll see how it goes from here.
All right, Jawhead ban as the follow-up to ensure that SRG don't have a stronger early game. I think the Phoveus ban is kind of interesting here, right? Because you're already playing Glue. Glue is basically the winning matchup against the Phoveus. Are they more worried about the potential extra dashes they're going to add to their composition?
Honestly, that's a good shout. And maybe they're a little bit worried about the like, if the Phoveus gets on top of the Granger might have a difficult time running away from the Phoveus, because Aran is pretty good at getting that Sin stack onto targets. And I think that the Granger is within the second skill range. So maybe, I'm just speculating here. But yeah, they could have more, like the Valentina. The Valentina has a lot of dashes, so maybe the Valentina could get picked up here.
All right, Harith going to be the follow-up ban here. Again, really good idea, just to make sure you're getting away from the linearness, the straight lines being determined by that Granger, and that's going to be an instant Moskov lock-in for TLID.
So very boxy right now from TLID, literally trying to play inside of this world manipulation, creating space, looking for small pickoffs, but not a very, you know, I would say widespread, well-attacking. I'm excited to see Aaron Shiki on this Moskov, though. I feel like we've seen him on so many long-range poke marksman compared to something that's a little bit more up close and personal.
I trust he can do it, though. I trust he can do it, yeah.
Now for SRG, what do we see here, right? Because we have the Glue kind of throwing things into mix, definitely keeping it interesting. Do they go in for some additional die capability, right? I mean, you have already the Hayabusa who can get the job done. Do you go in for this Hylos pickup? Do you go in for this Gatot that can jump to the back line and create some chaos, especially up against this Eve, who's already having major artillery? Speaking of artillery, we gotta see what the mid lane matchup's gonna be as well. There it is, the Vexana picked up with the Cobra.
I love this.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's kind of do or die, I gotta say.
100% win rate, though. Cooper's 100% win rate.
I'm sure, but
it's only been played twice. There's very small data pool around it, but their composition is very straightforward. Look for these big engages, poke out your opponents, and at least they have the Vexana to play for high ground if things go sour. TLID, they can play flexibly, but they need to play within the box, right? Combo off of that kick, maybe look for this small skirmishes in the early game to generate leads.
I will say this, the Kufra it works okay against the Suyo. The bouncing ball helps against a lot of what TLID brought. And SRG doesn't bring this pick out very often, but these are the compositions that it brings it out again. But that is a wild card pick, a Chip.
Honestly, very good draft here coming in from TLID. The only thing that I worry about the Kufra is if you don't get onto your target and then the real world manipulation pops up, I don't see a world where the Kufra can get out, you know? So that's just my personal opinion. TLID looks like to have a very good draft. Right now, Oxiana Arena, make some noise because we're about to start game number 2 with Naisu, Leo, and Mirko.
Thank you so much, panel, for breaking it down. And you know what? 100% win rate on the Kufra. 2 games, I would flex it too. But again, the lineups here, how do we feel about it, Mirko?
Hey, I've never seen Aran play the Cho.
Yeah.
I've seen Witty play the Cho. I've seen Witty play the Chip. But the Cho on Aran is new.
Hey, this is a witty party incoming.
It is. It's gonna have to work for them again. A long game number 1 that we just witnessed. Will it change this time around in game 2? Jumping into the land of dawn. Can they even out the series here for the home team, SRG? Take a look. Jungler, the matchups. You know, we've seen just constant Hayabusa pop up time and time again, and it works for a lot of teams. We saw it earlier on from SRG. We'll see if they replicate it. But yeah, the Kufra pick. Is this going to work out really well for SRG to set things up here?
Some tells me it's a little bit more in-your-face type of response, especially to the shortcut. It's very similar to the Arlot, wherein you swipe him out of order. Here you just full-on combo.
Revitalize from Witty. They're going to actually steal this waste, guys. With the bot shadow, turns bench. Knocking him up. Yum very low. Oh, gets away.
Survives via the bouncing ball. Fabian fails to find any more on the clapback. Big win for SRG.
Already with the first blood, good to start here for Sakai's. Early kills on this Hayabusa are going to help him have that momentum he's looking for, and taking a look at the emblems too. You know, he's got the Warcry emblem, so he wants that little extra damage. We saw this and how fast he scaled early on, but also to top it off, you know, Innocent playing this Granger, we saw what he did previously. He broke records on it. How many kills did we have?
19.
19 on the Granger, setting records, and also it just got one of the awards, of course, here for M6. Aaron Shiki looks to be the focus up here, but Witty is here to help back him up. Now, even for TLID, with this kind of lineup, they want to play as a team, have that front right around the real-world manipulation, and if they can get a pick-off with Aran later on, because, like Mirko said, this is not typical where you see him picking up that Cho, but they have pick-off potential for them.
Slow roll on this Lord, the approach by both teams. Small lead for Team Liquid ID. They do make a B-roll line for it.
Yep. It's the Blitz, the Retribution. Oh! Way the Dragon and a Flicker over to Yums. Bringing him back now. RWM coming out with SOD too. Aaron Shiki not going to take it. Witty with a flank.
And they go in, knocking up Cram. Not much of a punish though. Team Liquid ID spread out.
Shadow kill. Instant Revitalize coming in from Witty. Crash Course 2. Sky's going to be stunned up. Goes over to Quad Shadow and disengages. Cram caught on another Crash Course. Pops in the split. This should be the disengage unless... No, right? Okay, yeah.
Aaron holding his ground there, checking where Crown was gonna go either way.
Just in case.
Liquid ID happy with the turtle secure here. Selangor Giants, something tells me the ghosts of game 1 are still hunting them.
They're still hunting them, and with that, they go with an adjustment. Nothing too crazy, you know, but at this point, this is where you start to see those first items getting a little bit closer here, and where we start to see some of the power spikes already happening, especially for the junglers themselves. And every single time, I mean, even their journey up to this point, when TLID brought this chip to play, they play around it really, really well. And it is one of the few teams, or at least one of the few picks, that TLID likes to go ahead and utilize. There's the Hunter Strike already for Fabian, locked in. First item priority for him, but Sakai's and Yums will look elsewhere across map. Good wave cutting here and management too on the bottom side, but TLID still kind of just waiting. They can always use a shortcut if they need it.
That's the threat of activation that Witty is using. Just the mere thought of a Witty party crashing into you is enough to keep Selangor Giants on their own side of the map. This is devious. Knows that they've got SRG up against the corner.
Witty is now 2 levels ahead of Skies. He's constantly invading because Aran is cutting the wave, giving him so much tempo on the map. And, wow, that's a good read. SOD in towards the top side jungle of SRG. And it spots them. Now Fabian is going to stay in the bottom lane.
He's going to stay there, working forward. Yums gets the information on Ram at least. Not sure if he's going to do much here, but it's more so just giving vision on this side of the map. They know Sakai's is actually starting things up, and like you mentioned, you know, he's falling further behind up to this point, but the rest of the team gets in position for the turtle.
A singular ult from Witty can actually pull the rest of TLID into the turtle pit, and they're just waiting for his call.
Okay, Yums not spotted in the bush. Witty though, getting chunked quite low. Aran, way the Dragon over the Skies. This is a 2v1 situation. There's a shortcut coming down. Oh, he takes a shortcut, leaving Skies all alone in the bottom lane.
Now suddenly it's underneath the turtle. The pit is tight.
Bench and the Rage.
Yeah.
That's his skill pinned down to the wall. Fabian forced to blink away. Sky is now returning in. Kill, but Innocent is gunning Aran down slowly but surely.
Might not have been part of the plan to take Cram with him, but here we are anyway. SRG pushing into mid.
Okay, should still be able to defend this. Curse Basu! SOD into the back. Skies gets the kill on Witty. Aaron will blink in towards the mid lane.
There's a whole lot of shortcuts happening, and a whole lot of usage of that macro style and option, but TLID will lose this turtle as Sakai's secures it in. It took them a little longer to go ahead and lock in, but they get it. Now whittling down at the gold lead, so it's pretty much non-existent. So that's the thing, you know, TLID has to go ahead, and sometimes if they use a shortcut in their favor, we have also seen where sometimes it works against you.
And it's all about Yums in these fights. We've seen it many times before. Fabian, Soul Sever into Innocent. Yums can try it. Predict it. Aran in the back, actually missing the Jikundo flicker. Bouncing ball on him. Fabian just quelling him and forcing him to back away.
Hey, even if Yums did miss, I'll still call that a win. They forced the rest of Team Liquid to disengage, and that allows the rest of SRG to actually build up on the lead that they got through that back and forth through the turtle, and the shortcut canceled. The shortcut made use against Liquid ID. Now the switch, look at this. This is Kram actually now putting some pressure on Aaron Shiki.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. And this is also Skypiercer now being picked up by Innocent. Second item after that Hunter Strike locked in. Over on the other side, Aaron Shiki just has the Corrosive Sight, so still working on his and building that up. But ultimately, it's just a whole lot. This is probably one of the most macro-level games with these kind of lineups. But now, next turtle coming up here in just a second, you're going to see how they rotate through as the Golden Staff is picked up by Aaron Shiki.
It's almost like for both these teams, Liquid ID, they like to play in the late game in MPO Indonesia, right? For SRG, we've seen them transition into late game comebacks. Aran, shadow kill onto him with a dragon to kick Yums in. Real worm manipulation, Eternal Guard coming out. Yums still able to survive.
A little too much time taken. Yums taken down here by the untouchable one, and now he's underneath 3.
Okay, whoa, what? Kram jumps in, and the turret gets punished for Innocent, gets the kill, get low. That's another not able to find. This guy's gonna be pinned down to the wall as a Purify. It's used by Aaron Shiki. It's a 2 for 2 at the end of the day. Innocent going to the S-kill. Aaron Shiki with the Spear of Misery.
Looking for that angle. Could have been deadly. If Sekais get caught underneath that turtle, it would have been a surefire win for Team Liquid ID. SRG minding their positions.
And with this last turtle, fought for and bought for right now, and Aran goes in. Gonna force those guys.
Okay, Dr. Bench, Rage, terrified down. Aran gonna be very low, so able to escape as a shortcut comes in. Aaron Shiki joining the fight.
Here comes the Witty party. Sekai taken out by Fabian. Solo kills it.
Split. The gun down with the Rhapsody. Witty gonna be locked down. Innocent picks up another kill. That's another sack into the Skypiercer. Aaron Shiki forced back under the tier 1.
Liquid ID cannot take this fight. They have no frontliners. And look at Ikram asserting himself underneath tier 1.
And now SRG has control. They got the last objective, the last turtle. They get a turret off of it, and Innocent capitalizes by picking up the Malefic Roar. A whole lot here happening for SRG, and a momentum shift in their favor now.
Without Witty, without Aran coming in from the odd angle, Team Liquid ID just can't pick fights. They need the peel. Fabian just doesn't cut it. He's technically still an assassin fighter.
More fighter than assassin, almost even, right? It's very hard for Fabians to actually walk up, especially considering there's just so much peel. There's obviously who's playing so far back, even further behind of Innocent and his to get that terrified peel.
The crazy thing about it is Stormy, just like we saw him last game. Whoa, hold on. Shortcut, drop down.
Yums, Spear of Misery coming down. That's going to be Witty. Caught him, time pass. Right now, the sun connects onto words. And there's Innocent. Oh!
Coming in, they're oiled up. That's Aran finding him in the back line. Innocent's down.
Yums, Dr. Bench, and no Rage. Aaron Shiki with a blink, with a flicker in. Aaron Shiki's able to kind of ways with flick, get juiced up. Real world manipulation.
Fabian looking for the Queller, serves up a kill. Tuye's kill, and Kram, the only survivor.
Fabian looking for the kill. That's a Soul Sever to get more sustain. Kram getting the pass.
Down
by Flavor Fave.
Finds the shot, and Sakai's couldn't do anything but watch as the team was dismantled by the cavalry.
Main strength of the Suyo is his almost infinite utility. At all sorts of different ranges, any different kind of damage profiles, you can use his kit, and he's currently deathless. Now they're blitzing the Lord.
Don't take it, Skies. Don't take it. Aran is holding his fort just on the quad shadow. Now it's the first Lord over.
And with that, they find themselves probably the most gold lead they've had throughout this game. It's been the back and forth overall. And Witty will keep trying and trying again. Sometimes the shortcut works out for him, and sometimes you have something like that happen. And now they have the Lord in their favor, ready to march forward. They're going to focus down in the mid lane if they can to take some of these tier 1s and tier 2s down.
Everything is going according to plan for Team Liquid ID. The Ghost of Jakarta just 1 kill on Yehezkiel's Eve. Aaron Shiki currently untouched. What the Selangor Red Giants need to do? It seems like all of their angles, the whole cram jumping onto someone just isn't paying off anymore.
Yeah, it's not at this point. It has to kind of adjust the game plan here. You know, they've gone through it, but a lot of the times, again, it's just kind of the surprise factor that comes with either getting kicked when you least expect it, or whoa. Guys, trying to hold that Lord at least on the control on the bottom side. Now the mid, though, still the focus here. They're going to get cut off. Yum's
going to be caught in a bad spot. RWM from Yehezkiel!
Swiping, Yums is down. Fabian gets one. This, it gets a stun. Sekai's pushed back.
Throw it on Seki! Brings forward, gets the killing spree. Yums and Skies is down. Aaron on the chase, waiting for the shortcut. Now Fabian!
The oil dog Stormy's down. Fabian gets another. Aaron Shiki is a man possessed.
Innocent trying to defend. Man, that Yehezkiel damage is ridiculous. Just two calling in the mid lane. Aran looking for the G-Kundo. He has the way to Dragon. Aaron sieging the base. Innocent trying to poke them down.
In the flash of an eye, 2 inhibitors have fallen. And Selangor Red Giants are reeling. They have but 1 inhibitor left.
And with that charge from Team Liquid ID, they have ballooned their gold lead up to this point. You saw just how decisive it is when they decide to go with these angles, cut off or surprise the Giants. And there's not much room for SRG to breathe, and that's where they're struggling, because even Innocent is scrapping for space to be able to move around and get those Rhapsody shots, get those death scenarios.
Thousands of fans all around the world are salivating right now, looking at Fabian's 505 performance. He just picked up his BOD. This is a dream for Suyo. This is what you want to do. You just want to be able to surge in,
Kalau pengen dapat air
and Selangor Giants, as soon as Yums actually find someone to jump on, the rest of them are half health. It's a no-go.
They got spotted out a lot, and I gotta give props to Aran, man. He's been the one forcing Yums into these bad spots. Just a little bit of a G-Kundo, you know, a tangle with the Tyrant. Revenge whiffs, and that's it. Fabian found the angle. We saw Aaron Shiki get the pin down. And with Yums down, there's no playmaker.
It's very rare that the problem overwhelms the solution. Kufra is a hero that usually just makes Cho stay put, but suddenly it's Aran who's forcing Yums to dance to his tune.
And that's why, again, there's so much that SRG has to pay attention to, even now. That top side being pushed in, still with Witty waiting on the whims alongside Aaron Shiki. They know they want to fight for the space around the Lord, but they're going to have to deal with more of this.
Good poke. Yehezkiel's down to half. Innocent doing work here. You can see the damage dealt charts earlier. He was actually on top. Whoa. Skies will back away. That's the code though. No wind of nature on Aaron Shiki. Not connecting onto anyone. Aran trying to block it. Witty.
Lord now down to a 10th of its health. And now they're underneath.
Fabian with the retribution, finding it. Yum's gonna be pinned down again. That's a split on Yehezkiel. But he was just a bait. SOD from Aaron Shiki. Diving deep and purify. Aaron!
No! A little too deep. But untouchable one suffers a death. And Aran as well. Innocent gets a double.
That's 3 down. 3 down already. They are going to have to deal with clearing out the base. But SRG just might have bought themselves some more time into the game after that one. Interesting that Aaron Shiki decided to go in, even without the wind of nature.
It may have been a miscommunication. Aran saw 2, and I think there was more there than Shiki was ready to deal with. So, given how deep Widdy was as well, without revitalizing, there was only so much they could have done. So Liquid ID now, they're going to have to suffer the consequences, gain negative on this Lord.
Yeah, No Lord advantage for Liquid ID. Well played from Solange.
Iya, kosong menang.
All this time from
Pas
game
menang
1
sih.
to the 13th minute of game 2, it's the unpredictability of Liquid that has really shaken them. The fact that they were able to finally read that unpredictability, the random engages, the ones that look kind of impossible almost, they found it, they read it.
They found it, and not only that, but they also capitalize off it. And if SRG continues to do that, at this point, honestly, even with the gold lead at TLID, it doesn't matter that much because it comes down to the decisions that SRG is able to make.
Game after game, match after match, SRG has proven that even if you have 6, 7, 8 hours moved on them, any fight is a fair fight, especially if they have this many items on Esan, this many items on Stormy. Stormy's just one major item. Usually if he gets the EG down at the right spot, that's enough to take him down.
Yeah, that's enough to go ahead and help with it, but still, part of that, it's all going to be just a reenactment of what we just saw, at least leading into this next one. It's still a minute away. They still have plenty of time. It might be TLID that decides to go ahead and press it forward before that even comes up, before it even comes an option to get punished the way they did, where important battle spells or even items, defensive items are available to them.
All right, that is actually true. TLID is still here in the driver's seat, but you can't deny the fact that SRG actually now know how to answer. They're not as up and on it as they were in the, 10-minute mark.
10 minutes,
so
yeah.
Suddenly, Liquid ID, is this the way you want to go? Is this a cautious way the way you want to finish this game? Because I still think with Widdy on the chip and Aaron Shiki on the Moskov, you got to be a wild card.
Yeah, you have to be able to approach that the way they are, and SRG rising to the occasion so far, but also at this point, as they get in position, this is part of the difficult part is, that Tier 1's actually still standing. So they're kind of cut off to a certain degree on their side of the jungle. But they want to take that fight. If they want to go ahead and deal with this kind of space and make that work in their favor, then they rely on Cram. They rely on you to possibly set up. But then at the same time, you got to be able to peel. As long as Innocent has a pure fire, for the most part, he's going to be fine. Stormy as well. Not this time around, not able to fly away, but he can flicker. So they need to have someone to initiate, but also peel for them. This Lord is going to be started up, though. Look at the positioning again on the top side.
Okay, Kagan walking up. Putting the torch down. Aaron Shiki jumping in as well. The SOD already used earlier. Cram with the split. Resources spent. No shortcut, no SOD. Still an RWM and a way to Dragon to play with.
Looks like the call for Team Liquid ID is to burst the Lord. They're slowing down with a dance. Fabian coming in with charge surge.
Soul Severed. That's a good win of Crown, but now Yums comes in. Eternal Guard. Blockadian out. RWM though, they're fighting in it now. Aaron Shiki out to the Eternal Guard. Cracking very low. Taken out. And now the Fabian cuts him down. Aaron Shiki.
Traded out for 2 for 1. Grab for Widdy and Yehezkiel. Innocent from the back line. In comes Aaron.
Yums chase down. Liquid want to go and charge down on Yums. Aran, Chiku knock him out. Wait, trying as well. Shiki go onto the waves now. Yums, no immortality.
And they are going to force it. Yums here about to fall off. The pushback, the SOD. Aaron clicks it. He can't take down Stormy. Got immobilized.
He's going on to the turret. Buys immortality. Aran walking up. Yums charging on the bench. Cancels it now. Aaron Shiki goes in for piercing damage. The base will be turning it down. Aaron Shiki.
He gets it. They end the game just with the two of them really lining everything up to take game 2 here.
From underneath SRG's noses. Everyone wasn't ready for it. Down to the last breath. Liquid ID, what did I tell you? The wild card.
The wild card. Wild cavalry. They brought this lineup. They made it work. I mean, some of the team fights, there's just so much happening. But TLID locked in and got it done.
And as Widdy the Wise said, up against Fnatic Onic Philippines, that's just us. We adapt.
We adapt, and that they did. Again, let's go ahead and throw it over to the panel to break down game number 2 for us here. Panel, what do you think?
And now it's match point. TLID, they just need one more W for them to have a rematch against Fnatic, Onic, Philippines, and Solange Red Giants. If they want to keep the golden road alive, they need a reverse sweep here. And I gotta say, I wasn't sure about the Kufra. And then after seeing the game, I'm more unsure about the Kufra.
Yeah, a lot of whiff punishes, as I would like to call them. If you miss the initial engagement, you are going to get hurt.
Yeah, it is a high risk, high reward, and that one felt like high risk. As you said it perfectly. The Eve, the RWM, once it comes down, you're trapped, you're a goner, and no one can come in to help you, right? Everyone's just kind of stuck looking in from the window.
Yeah.
As gets taken out.
Yeah, just some spicy engagement. And right now, it kind of feels like SRG is having more of that rubber band effect that we've been seeing before, right? They start to get a little bit better online the later the game goes, but in this situation, it's just a little too late. Where you see TLID be able to close it out. Aaron Shiki, the untouchable, able to pretty much take the game by himself. He sees their low HP, doesn't want them to go back to base for a region. It puts him in such an awkward position, and he capitalizes.
I gotta say, so far, looking at the draft, I like TLID's first game draft and the second game draft. So, firstly for me, SRG needs to figure that one out because I kind of feel like they're always put in a very narrow position where you have very little options for your front lines, either Cram or Humes, and then they get punished that way.
I mean, the punishments also come down to the indecisions of the game itself, right? We saw it in that very last moment. They couldn't decide who needed to start regenerating their health back up to start threatening their opponents and who needed to start clearing the waves. They were throwing stuff randomly even. Now, looking at the items overall, I would say that at least from Yum's side, he understands if he lands it, he can chase people, but the Thunder Belt has not been the right way to actually go about it, even though you can actually stack it up pretty quick. They didn't find that initial snowball. They couldn't just keep on trading. I haven't seen Aran on the show before. I think he did all right, but there were a couple of awkward moments.
Yeah, I kind of feel like one of the problems for this one is that it's a lack of front line, because essentially you let Cram do it alone, which worked out for them against Team Spirit, but against TLID, when Yehizekiel has the wishing lantern, one frontliner isn't going to do it. And you have a hero like Green, where you want to stand at the back and dish out as much damage as you can for as long as you can. The moment your front line gets melted down, what's next? Innocent has to run away.
Yeah, Innocent doesn't have much space to move right in by having Sentinel from Assassin, by having Humes or someone that wants to dive up, just like you said, it doesn't leave much space, and Aaron Shiki played so amazing as we crept into the late game. Even though SRG did fight back at some points, it still felt like TLID was in control. They knew what they were doing, even at those little moments where it's like, okay, yeah, you got a kill, okay, yeah, you stole the Lord, but they still had maps. They still consistently had
and I feel like it's one of those things where it's like a little bit of micro, right? A lot of micro engagements in this entire game. It wasn't just all about the objectives, but just overall about the engagement overall. You see Witty, you see Aran trying to beat the pace of Cram, trying to beat the pace of Humes as well. And yeah, I agree with you guys on this Kufa pickup. May not have been the hottest. Maybe a little bit more of a stronger frontline hero could have been the difference.
I like what Weezy said. It's always about the macro. Maybe SRG needs a easy draft to execute. Because so far, their win condition is if the stars align, we're great. But the stars don't always align.
Exactly. That's why we see a lot of positions, like especially around Lords and even Turtles. I give you the objective, and then let's see how efficiently you catch the net. And I feel like, yeah, sometimes you get a little bit overextended and even push TLID into a corner, but at the same time, it's not really working for your win condition at the end of the day. You still need a Lord when you have a Granger to help you push.
And now we gotta look at the MVP, the untouchable Aaron Shiki on that Moskov. He was good in lane. He was good in a team fight. When he hits the Spear of Destruction, for better or for worse, he goes in.
Yeah, you know, I was wondering how he was going to play on this, and he played it amazingly. There was something that kind of went unsaw in the beginning. Me and Gideon noticed it when he threw that towards Purple. Not only did he get but he steals Purple in the first few minutes of the game. Like the 5-6 minute mark. We're just immediately seeing the map awareness, the timing that Aaron Shiki brings to the field. That was just one of many amazing SODs that we saw from him.
Yep, it's just a tight formation, tight gameplay coming out from TLID. I feel like right now SRG are getting out-microed in a lot of different aspects. They're not playing as sharp as they did compared to them versus Team Spirit.
Yeah, and I think that's the highlight of the day, right? The micro mechanics when it comes to jumping into this match. You see a lot of times where Aaron Sheik is able to outlive Innocent. Even though Innocent was getting some great looks, he was just falling right before Aaron Sheik did, and then that's when Aaron Sheik pops in with the SOD, starts taking everybody out, not having to worry about Innocent with the damage.
That as well. You guys saw Cram jumping on. Was that intentional or no?
I would say it's intentional, right? He's communicating with Storm. He's like, I got abilities, but I got nobody to throw it at. And it happens a couple of times. Even this particular play, you see that Innocent forced out. Probably shouldn't have been chunked in the first place, right? Why wasn't there anybody to actually protect him? And that's because Yums, when he throws himself forward, there's no way out.
Major thing with everyone, all of their members can try to fight by themselves when the fight breaks out, and if they split up, everyone feels pretty comfortable. Everyone has a little bit of heal, everyone has a little bit of escape, a little bit of shield, something in their own kits, whereas whenever SRG comes in and they get split up, I feel like Team Liquid ID gets the advantage of that, and SRG, the composition kind of calls for splitting up, and it just didn't work out in the end.
I don't know how this slipped, but watching the highlights, I just remember we don't see a lot of alphas. Weird thing to bring out right now, but just saying, a lack of alphas. But yeah, honestly, the game, Slangorai Giants, they're losing on 2 fights. Number one, the draft, as well as the micro mechanics. Like, we definitely see those 2 mistakes here.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta give credit. It goes both ways. Even around in that very final highlight, misses going over the wall with his own flicker to try and get on top of Innocent. Kind of a weird moment, but generally he's been hitting at least 60% of the area of effects. Able to hit third hit of G-Kundo, able to find angles for a pick to punish Yums. His job, pretty straightforward. It's not like he has to be extra flashy. It'd be nice if he could, but he's getting the bare minimum done.
I don't know. TLID clearly just brought their A game right now. It feels like they're not only winning in draft, but in mechanics as well.
And now we gotta go to courtside with Eterna, where she's somewhere around here, talking fans, talking the players. We'll see. Eterna, who are you talking to?
Thank you, boys. It's me, Eterna, and with me right now, our legends. We have 2 legends in the building. The fans are going wild in Axiata Arena because beside me is just No Limit and Aura himself. Now, I've got to ask you guys coming back here in the M6, back in Malaysia as well. How are you guys feeling about the event so far and maybe a little bit of the venue? Let's start with you, Jess.
It's really cool, and it brings back memory when I play as a pro player with Aura, and yeah, it's so cool.
What about you, Aura? Gimana rasanya balik lagi ke Axiata Arena? Ini pasti tempat yang sangat spesial dong buat Aura.
Hello guys.
Hello Mas Eko.
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good.
Ya.
Mau ngomong bahasa Indo aku translate gak apa-apa loh.
Bahasa Indonesia oke lah ya.
Dalam hati Aura mau ngomong apa?
Feelingku banyak perbedaan ya dari M1 dan sekarang M6 balik lagi ke Axiata. Pertama tuh ngelihat crowdednya sangat ramai juga, penontonnya semuanya. Terus juga dimana pada saat itu aku bertanding di sini juga sih. Terus lebih tepatnya di tengahnya.
Oh, kondangan. Iya. Mantap.
Terus menang juga kan.
Oh, apa gimana?
Intinya
Can you repeat that? The winner! No, it's okay, flex that. That's amazing. You are holding the only M-Series championship
suara dari luar.
That's a huge feat. What he said earlier on, he did see a few differences. The first thing was the fans are crazy, right? So many more fans are in the building right now, and also he was not here last time around. He was actually in the middle, playing in the 360.
Menang di Malaysia.
They were able to claim the championship trophy as well. Now let's circle on to Jess. So Jess, once again, congratulations by the way, guys. You just hit 50 million subscribers on YouTube. So what's your story there? What inspired you to start your YouTube channel?
So actually I really love
sorry.
and I started with playing Mobile Legends.
Nah,
Yeah,
masih ngebahas
I was started being a Mobile
Sorry, gue
Legends
masih
YouTuber,
masih ngebahas guys.
and I'm so blessed until I can
Anjir,
hit 50 million subscribers. And thank you for all your supports. Thank you so much. Yeah. And
Masih.
yeah, I believe I can be here because my friend also, because he inspired me to start a YouTube channel as well.
Abang pakai yang
That's
ini.
so sweet.
Aturannya.
Aww. It's
Kalau
okay if you guys
masih-
want to hug a little bit. It's okay. We'll wait. No?
Tapi udah lumayan.
Okay. So,
Oke, udah aja.
Fabian is
Thank you, ya.
competing right now. And he said in one of his videos
Biasa lah.
that you're his
Abang
main
ini
inspiration.
Belum ada prepare.
What do you think about that? How does it feel to become an inspiration for new pro players from Indonesia and maybe even around the world?
Kita cocok lagi
I'm
guys.
so grateful and so
M1
happy,
menang di Malaysia.
and hopefully
Saatnya
he can win.
TLID menang di
Guys, last
Malaysia.
question. The fans are going wild right now. They're supporting SRG. Thank you guys so much. It's been incredible. But we have to ask, it's 2-0 now for TLID.
Cocok lagi
Their
sih.
match point, one game away of getting that grand final slot.
Sama-sama
What do you think
dari
about
lower
this? Do you
bracket.
think that TLID can go all the way? Are you confident?
M1,
Or do you think that this might go all 5?
Juara dari lower.
SRG.
Sekarang TLID dari lower.
It can be 3-0.
3-0. 3-0 from Jess. Guys, what do you think? No, Boo?
Apakah
Boo,
TLID
okay.
bisa?
What about you, Aura?
Mensempurnakan teknologi kita guys.
Yeah, the fans definitely don't agree.
Dua legend tuh. Iya bro.
They're sorry, they're sorry.
Anjir?
But we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you once again, Just Limit. Thank you so much, Aura. It's an honor to be
Apalagi
with you.
Just Limit ya.
Let's enjoy the show. Let's send it back over to the panel.
Legend.
I'm
guys.
sorry,
bro.
okay guys. Don't attack my social media, guys.
Waduh.
Don't worry.
Waduh.
It's not a Malaysian thing to do. Okay, relax. We're okay. We're chill. We're chill, like guys.
Chill bro.
Yeah. See, we're chill. We'll chill. Sheesh. Oh my God, what was that? Sheesh. Someone else do a sheesh. Sheesh. Alright. There you go. See, now we're all good. Okay, here in Malaysia, we're all chill because
Yes,
we have
betul,
Hello
betul.
Panda. Fill your
Tembus
game
lima ribu
with
lek.
Hello Panda crunchy biscuits filled with
5.000
filling.
lek
This
sama
one
dengan
is
kita
cocoa
mendapatkan
biscuits with
5.000
okay. This one is chocolate. This one is just
buat
straight up
TLID.
chocolate.
Gila bro. Tutorial pulang yang unik ya.
There's so much.
No. Do you just
Tapi
put
kalau-
just the plastic?
Oh my gosh!
Sama-sama jago sih.
I'm sorry, brother.
Dude, what?
Yeah, don't look at us. We
No,
don't
no,
know
come
what
on,
is
come
it.
on,
already
come on.
open?
Kaget aja
Oh
dia.
no, I wonder where it went. We knew you were going to be opening up to feel yourself
Nah,
a
ini
delicious snack, especially for a game just like this. So we've
Tapi
reached a
kalau
couple of those boxes. We
permainan
didn't know where they
TLID
were to level up our
besok
day and not
kalau
yours.
final ya, alhamdulillah
Got
saudara.
him.
Lawan
we
Onyx
gotta
kayak
get him
gini
back.
nih,
We'll get him
gue
back.
yakin menang. Sebab
Like, I'm
kenapa?
upset already.
Gue ngelihat
Anyways,
dari
what else?
sisi
Okay,
sekarang
okay, thank you.
TLID itu
Okay, guys.
berhasil
Also,
melawan mid lane-nya dari
nonetheless,
SRG.
from
Begitu juga Onyx,
22nd
fanatik
all the
Onyx.
way to the 29th December,
Kalian
M6
ulang-ulang
purchase
lah.
will be available for
Permainan Onyx kemarin, dia itu
Score
lebih
chest for 50 diamonds
memprioritaskan
is a large
mid
amount of
lane-nya.
past XP with the
Gitu.
chance to obtain a basic
Midnya
M6
udah
pass.
kuat,
Use the basic M6
maka
pass to
nge-fang
instantly
enak.
activate
Begitu
the
juga
M6
sebaliknya.
pass, unlock additional pass rewards, and immediately get Claude's Challenger Spark. Hashtag greater than ever. Hashtag MOVB
Thank you,
M6.
udah apa ya? Udah follow ya? Thank you,
I know
thank
we're
you.
cool. I know we're cool, but bro,
You better hold up that SRG.
I had to put the trash somewhere. I had to put
You-
it somewhere.
what-
I was gonna throw it on the ground.
yeah, I was planning to open that one. I was like,
What am I supposed to
Bentar
put it on
banget
my
ya Asia Arena. Gelo besar aja.
I just put it. You saw me walk over there. I
Cuman sekarang sedikit
As
sedikit
if in
terbuka
a
ya.
and Blaze
Kan
have
kalau
it up
pas
already, right?
Hey, look, there's plenty of problems, but I'm
Pas
pretty sure
M1
that
kan
the players
tertutup
are
ya.
starting to build up for this upcoming game. Game number 3 is where it's at. TLID currently at match
Kalau
point
sekarang
for
lebih
those
terbuka.
online international viewers.
Jadi
tuning
penonton
in
juga
to right
enak
now.
ngelihat
Match
main-main
point,
tunggal
one game away from
tertutup.
the grand finals.
Question: Do they swap to second pick? Does SRG go to second pick this time? So far today, second pick has won every single game. That's 5 games in a row. And the draft seems to always favor second pick. It's kind of been the thing. Does SRG do it on match point?
I don't know. I mean, TLID, they won on blue, they've won on red. It feels like against this particular matchup, there's no telling. It's a 50-50 either way.
And I think it's even further than that. Right? It's just the battle of the micro mechanics inside the game as well that are making a difference so far. The push and pull effect. We're starting to see the rubber band, the elasticity from SRG come alive. It was a little too late in the last game, but hey, setting the stage. This is match point. In home court, in Malaysia, the Axiata Arena, their fans, their support system, all beside them. This is their moment to set the tone.
Yeah, but now looking at a player head-to-head, Sakai's looking pretty nervous here, but look at that goal per minute. 42.5 extra onto Fabian. Fabian's farm has been amazing this entire M6. And I gotta say, like going on to your discussion on first pick, second pick, if they second pick, I agree with Trex, looks very good, but then comes to the question, what do you ban? Because you have to ban the Fanny, so you only have 2 open bans at that point.
I mean, it's okay when you don't have to get the swing bans, right? So many teams have been profiting. And honestly, it feels like there's more pressure on the bans for blue side right now, because you have to think, if I don't target, I mean, if I only do target bans and no meta bans, quote unquote, then I risk, you know, I have to think about what I'm trading over. The Joy's been winning out, and then there's, like last time, they take the Bruno or they take the Granger, but they give up the Suyo. It's a head game thing right now. It's such a head game thing right now.
It is a big head game thing, but it's time to go into the drafting phase for game number 3 between TLID versus SRG, currently match point. Hopefully they're going to be arming them with the best weapons possible, but SRG have decided to take first pick on the blue side, as TLID will take second pick on the red side. Natural bans come through, but Chowen as well as Loyi instantly axed out by SRG.
That's a big switch up from SRG on first pick. I mean, at this point, you're taking a lot of things open. You get the swing back, but we're going to get another swing back with our 2 picks.
Okay, and in this situation, I mean, if you're TLID, do you ban out the Joy? Do you let SRG take the Joy in this situation? I mean, it's been such a hard hero to deal with. They're going to get Joy banned, so they're not even going to waste any time on it. They respect how strong the pickup that could be. Now, there's still marksman's up for grabs, right? You still have the Bruno, which can be easily prio from the side of SRG, but we've seen answers like the Granger, like the Moskov.
It's a nerve-wracking time here. Oh, they get rid of the Granger this time round. They want to make sure that it's out of Aaron Shiki's hands. Does this mean that they are looking for a potential Bruno first pick? And
or Suyo.
Or Suyo, that's a good shout. TLID, let's see whether or not they ban the Jushin.
Or do they ban out the Bruno? Since they know that they're banning out the Granger, do they ban out the Bruno here?
And then give Jushin.
But then you give Jushin, or you give Suyo. Either way, TLID, it kind of feels like they get a nice back once again.
Yeah, honestly, Cyber Giant's getting first pick here.
Wait a second, the Hilda is still walking right now. It could be into the hands of SRG. This could be the difference.
We gotta see if that's worth it. But they go for the Bruno instead. Again, a power pick here. The Bruno has been performing that well, but let me reiterate again. Cram and Humes need a good front line, but front lines don't do good against an Eve.
This is a tough one here. As Yves gets locked in on top of the Suyo, this is a very standard opening for the side of TLID. I'm questioning whether or not SRG is considering to play a faster-paced composition. Yes, maybe get the Hilda, but they need something to kind of accelerate, right? They have information, but you have nobody to invade that jungle. Does that mean you start to default back to Hayabusa?
Haya Jawhead, they didn't lock in the Jawhead last time. They saved Humes for end. It was a problem. The Hilda also is still open, so I mean, it's a toss-up, and again, SRG feels like they're in the tough situation here of having to choose these things.
Yeah, I'd rather go the double H combo, right? The Haya and also the Hilda combination could work well, especially going up against this Eve. It's great to be able to die to the back. Wait a second.
Okay. Now it's protect innocent. Protect innocent. They got the Frederick. They got the Matilda. So the problem from before is that innocent didn't have enough front line. this time, they should have enough frontline.
He's going to have everything, right? He's going to have a heal, he's going to have extra mobility, he's going to have a dedicated front line to ensure that he is protected 360 from every single angle. They're not trying to play a front to back, but they can give up that Hilda. Now, the big problem about the President composition is they really play for one side of the map, and the mid lane is a very large proponent of that. Yves, great at pushing. But I'm curious to see whether SRG might take the Falcon approach of, hey, we take Pharsa, and all I want to do is to use that feather airstrike to clear my waves, make Witty low, so that he can play comfortably.
Now, I raise the question for the side of SRG. Since you have the Mathilda for your mid lane, do you just go for the Vexana here, right? I mean, you want something to protect you frontline wise. Mathilda is going to help you with guiding winds for some escape, but they don't really have the strongest frontline presence. But they do have the Fredrin, a combination.
Let's go, guys.
Possibly a pickup on their side, as they are going to have to be worried about TLID.
To answer you on that, Valentina might be a good pick, but I just remember one thing. The Fredrin doesn't do well against the Eve. And once the Eve has the Wishing Lantern, the Fredrin is going to have a very tough time. Or even worse, become an Ice Queen 1. So that once the Fredrin goes in, he can't go out.
Well, at least you do have the Matilda, right? To kind of help you get in and out of those sticky situations.
Oh.
I feel like that kind of makes up for this just a little bit. Chip ban from the side of SRG here. Hylos for SRG?
If SRG has high loss, the lowest pathway can negate the slow effects from
Oh, wow, really going to like a traditional protect the president composition. That's a lot of utility, right? And at the same time, I feel like now that Benedict is gone, now that CC is gone, they want, I feel like they are pushing them into that direction. You think that they might come up with like a, I don't know, maybe like to a certain degree, maybe attack that front line with true damage?
That's a good shout. That's honestly a very, very good shout. Honestly, even the Moskov
Udah
might
guys,
well.
jangan berantem
Any kind of
Ji.
shred
Apanya berantem?
here for sure.
Versi sistem
Coming in, there goes the Moskov in. No Moskov for Aaron Shiki. Scary though. I love that you said that because honestly, that, I mean, and you save it for last pick. See what else tanky has. If SRG goes full protect the president, then that could definitely end up being the answer.
All right, I'm curious to see how TLID is going to select this next pick or the second phase. It could go basically anywhere. I mean, all they're missing right now is a roamer and as well as a gold lane. The gold lane matchup is pretty straightforward. Bruno still show here the Beatrix later on, but instead they go for the Khalid. They have even more early game pressure to hurt the president.
That's a good pick. That Khalid is a very good pick.
Especially with the Matilda, you already have a squishy roam. You have something that can't take too much damage, and this just adds even more TLID's early aggression that they can bring now from the Hilda with that quick rotations. Suyo, who wants to stack up, it's dangerous.
Yeah, and this makes you wonder, are they going to force out the Hylos here, right? They need something to kind of pair up the master this Khalid as well and have the dive potential. So it could be a potential answer, slot it in the XP, see how that kind of plays out. Now, another question that we need to raise is for the mid lane matchup, right? Are we going to match range with range? Are we going to go in for this Pharsa? Are we going to go something a little bit more stronger with the frontline presence, such as the Vexana? We get to see what Stormy has in his hands.
Yeah, it's either mobility or it's going to be a pillar. Thinking whether actually, yes, they are truly playing the protect the president composition. Edith is a great way of buying time. You have the aura to kind of supplement. If somebody isn't able to take the guiding lane, they still work with the extra bit of time and even off CC so that TLID don't get too far with their lead.
Yeah, so when we look at the way that SRG's been drafted from first ban until now, with the Granger ban, it feels like it is all about Bruno. We're back to Swiss stage, essentially. We're back to this, listen, when in doubt, have faith in Bruno, ban Granger.
Let me just say, Selangor Giants, they're taking a very big risk here with this kind of draft. This potentially is the final game of the day, and with that, we're throwing it to the casters.
Thank you.
You know, panel, we completely agree. This is a risk for SRG, bringing this kind of draft to the table. And it's match point right now ahead of them for TLID. Again, it's me, Nice to Mirko and Leo to bring you the action. Mirko, how are we feeling about this lineup?
This is signature TLID for every single one of them. They got comfort picks. Aaron Shiki onto the Tan, that's Witty the Wise on the Khalid, the Ghost of Jakarta.
Yes, kill. Is he 100% on the Eve?
I think he is, man. It's very close to 100%.
Okay.
I mean, the stats don't lie. And if you just ask me, SRG feels like they just reverted to protect Innocent and go from there.
We heard it before. It's protect the president. This type of composition. Axiata's got to get ready and cheer on the team so they don't get knocked out here in a sweep against the champions of Indonesia. Right now, they get ready to get locked and loaded for Game 3.
And the Khalid in Indonesia was a surefire way to shut down the Mathilda. Don't know if it's still the same way here in the M6 World Championship, but Witty, he definitely knows what he's doing here. Aran as well, so pressing. Oh, Witty! Almost the passive for Stormy, forced out. Yeah, Aran on the Hilda, very annoying. Just cuts the waves and joins in. Frederick in the jungle.
Not even a minute in, and Team Liquid are already moving inside SRG's jungle. That's 3 heroes crossing the river. This is uninhibited aggression. I don't think I've ever seen a team this aggressive in M6.
They can play around this aggression just from the fact of how they performed throughout the past 2 games. TLID really confident in the way they're approaching this, especially with the lineup they have. Cram's going to go ahead and visit down, but it's Aran. He's going to be fine. Take a look at the emblems real quick. We do, of course, have that war cry, Edith. We've seen this iteration before, and it can actually do quite a bit through the course of a game. Of course, the quantum charges here for Innocent to go ahead and play around the mobility already provided with a Matilda. And, you know, that combination too, Matilda, Fredrin hasn't worked out for some teams, but again, it's still a risk against what TLID wants to set up.
Something very telling as well. This is Kram's Edith rocking the double mobility emblem set. So he understands that I'm not going to see Aran very often on the Hilda, so I might as well rotate quickly around my lanes as well.
Yeah, solid choice. Aran might actually get caught in the cut here. Actually, he's asking for a bit, guys. We'll definitely be looking for the taunt. That's an Earth Shatter. Another knock-up and another taunt. Kram wants to go for it. Aran is actually staying here. The side sustain flickers out, but Yums gets first blood. All in the meantime, though, a free neutral objective.
On time here, Team Liquid ID. If you ask me at this point in the game, I would say, yeah, Aran's life, maybe plus a flicker, is worth the turtle.
All he wanted to do is buy some time. Oh, now no connection though from Witty. So they'll back off.
Oh, Kuala! Fabian with a snipe down Witty. Wants to steal this away. Oh, concussive blast steals it away. Fabian was able to combo it down. I think that was a soul sever from the usurper.
That's right. He served it up to Fabian, and it's for free across the map. Liquid ID's winning.
Oh man, again, Fabian able to go ahead and get that. Now they just have control of pressure on the jungle here.
Soul Sever. Fabian knows to play it slow.
Not like this.
Retribution advantage. He goes with Retribution, gets caught in the free glacier. Now it's certainly Egot. Brazer's wrap from skies.
But he still did steal the buff. You see, it's not on anyone from SRG. So good news is they get to stop the aggression. But bad news is, I think Sakai needed that buff.
Yeah, he did. He had to, but again, it's a good way to at least have an answer for something because they know that if TLID wants to play slow, they can. We saw this even back in Game 1. But if they want to go fast and build on momentum that they have early on, they'll do that as well. But the thing about this, too, is you have the Natan in the equation. Yeah. So late game potential is actually pretty strong here for TLID.
Now, I got to ask the question. Bruno has been destroying everybody in the Swiss stage, knockout stage as well.
Yep.
But if it comes to the late game, do we still favor Natan, or is it still Bruno?
Okay, if you ask me, Natan just has an extra layer of utility.
Yep.
There's more he can do than just throw balls out. Shiki and Innocent 1v1. Let's go. I wonder if he knows.
Making Sandstorm in the flicker back. The Purify coming up from Innocent. Oh, the slashes under the turret. Unable to get the kill. Innocent surviving.
Witty sand walking away. Plus a quick sand guard. He can just reload and do it again.
He's going to stay down there too. Turtle's now up. They're trying to make a play on Innocent. They do get the Purify out. So they're going to see the rotate here. And waits this fight. They want to secure the objective.
Circling Eagle over to Aran. Oh, Frigid Glacier too. Everything used onto Aran. Yehezkiel's just chilling with the real world manipulation, and Kram will not be able to do much.
Can they do it again? Sacrifice major resources to secure the turtle. Looks like it's gonna be unnecessary. Liquid ID scoring the second turtle of the game.
They want to go in for the purple buff too. Fabian has saved the Retribution. Appraiser's Wrath and the Red Trick Skies gets it. Now goes on to Witty, but there might have been a mistake. Raging Sandstorm to the back. Stormy unable to be landed on with that Raging Sandstorm. Both teams disengage.
They got to disengage from here, and you see all this pressure. What TLID is doing is of course, delaying the levels for Sakai's, who's already level, he just hits level 7. Fabian closer to level 9 as he gets it just now. So that's the whole plan for them. They slow down an already slow hero in comparison to the Suyo.
It's so hard for SRG to put resources on other heroes when their jungler's struggling like this. The Sky Prince is playing like a pauper right now. 3rd lowest in net gold across the game. Not even to mention the level gap. 2 levels, son, 2 levels.
2 levels already at this point, too. I mean, again, the Frederick, you can rely on them to go ahead and lock up some of these objectives, but when you're falling behind like this against a lineup that likes to go ahead and play with mobility, it's tough to do, yeah. You can rotate around with Humes, but at what cost here?
Gentlemen, can I just say, Shiki built his 2nd full item
in 5 minutes.
Under 6 minutes,
Oh, wow.
2/3 on the way to his magic trinity.
I see your oh my god now. I understand it now. Aaron Shiki is on a path of snowballing under the top Fabian.
Oh, no.
With a wallet that thick, I get why he's called the untouchable one.
This thick wallet.
That's a free turret.
That's a free turret, too. To build that up a little bit further. Tier 1 already in the bottom lane, down. Sakai's still scraping. Now for the purple buff, you can see Aran already given the information, but this time Cram has to go ahead and help him. It will be secured. Buff is up, but 10 seconds on the turtle. Look at the focus here, still on the bottom side.
Stun over, not connecting. Oh my god, the damage! Aaron Shiki trying to go for it. Yums, this might be the re-engage. Fabian to be caught. Aaron Shatter. Ready to stand the flicker. Stopping them. Aaron Shiki able to escape. Now Cranberry low. Fabian walking up. So Sutter.
And Shiki walks away. Purify through. Down as goes 1. Yehezkiel in trouble.
Oh, flicker out of the appraiser's spot. That's a double for Fabian. Sky's very low. They're on.
Whoa!
Aaron Shiki.
Entropy forward. Serving up a kill to Aran in the back line. Yum goes down. Fabian gets a triple.
That's a 4 for 0. Fabian almost getting the last shot on Stormy. 7 minutes in, it's a 5,000 gold lead. This is a stampede.
What was that fight? It looked like they sent one every angle, and they clean it up, almost getting a wipeout. Stormy, the one to survive, and TLID will also get the turtle. At that point, it just looked like SRG was head on a swivel.
That's what you get when you have a 5,000 gold lead at 7 minutes. You could spread out your opponents, and if you go man-to-man, mano-a-mano, you're just shooting more fire than they are.
Yeah, I mean, even with all that happening, we were just talking about Aaron Shiki getting close to his Holy Trinity here, almost nearly there with that Holy Crystal.
Entropy to the face. The cojones on this young man.
That's Aaron Shiki. We saw a glimpse of that in the MPLID Grand Finals. He was flickering forward.
Yeah.
At the time, dying most of the times. He's learned from that mistake. He's learned from that experience, and you see that experience here. The young stallion maturing just over the course of a 2-3 week time period.
And now he's untouchable.
He's untouchable at this point. Fabian too. Look at the damage just alone. 13, level 13 to Sakai's 9. And this is exactly why TLID continues to do this. Now assaulting into tier 2 in the bottom side already. I don't know.
Look at this. What? Completely out-macroed. Stormy gets picked up top. We didn't even have to use the Raging Sandstorm.
That was 2v1.
That was 2v1.
And if I'm not mistaken, the last time we saw Stormy, he had an ult. Yeah? He had a passive.
When Cram gets deleted by Raging Sandstorm, setting Cram out, Fabian going in. No round to escape. Skies wants to go in with a taunt as well. RWF from Yehezkiel.
The ghost is swiping away. Can they get one underneath? The Skies falls.
Another sniper away. Shiki zooms down from the skies.
Oh, SRG, it's looking so grim at this point. It's still early on, under the 10-minute mark, but they're just getting picked off everywhere. Stormy, even from a distance.
Taking names, turrets, camps. Team Liquid ID are starving Sinangara Giants at every turn.
That's a 3,000 gold lead between the gold laners. Aaron Shiki, Holy Crystal, on the way to a Divine Glaive, it seems.
Yeah, that's going to be way too much. It already is to deal with. Lord gone. Doesn't stand up for long, and now buffs and everything else that TLID wants as they balloon it to 10,000 gold at under the 10-minute mark.
What's the comeback angle? What do SRG have to do to keep the golden road alive?
I'll say stay underneath their turrets, pop the Holy Shields if necessary, and make the most of Stormy's ult. Frigid Glacier might actually be one of their few stoppers.
There's a problem with that, though. Innocent only has the Malefic gun. He doesn't have the Bloodthirst yet.
Yeah.
Is it enough damage to even defend?
That's what I'm saying. Use your turrets. They have to be smart about it.
At this point, how do they juggle this? Shield defense is already going to be popped. Bottom, mid, nearly the top next. Aaron Shiki, just as we mentioned, now Divine Glaive. They are more than ready for this fight if they want to force it. They try to keep it together under the turret.
On the unbreaking side, going on to Innocent, slain again. Skies will get the ton onto Aran, but Liquid want to stampede their way to a win.
It might be over.
The base is open. That is a wipeout. A slow death for the Red Giants. Yeah, Hezkiel, Winter Crown in the base. The Red Giants have fallen. The Liquid Stampede has shattered the Golden Road.
These young stallions are galloping at speeds they have only dreamed of. The Cavalry are going to the Grand Finals.
And the Cavalry was brought down by the weight of the Super Fam in their initial bout. They've slain the Red Giants in a sweep, and now they get the rematch against Fnatic Onyx Philippines in the Grand Finals tomorrow.
For the third time in the M6 World Champions, TLID are facing off against Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
Amazing series. Again, I would have not expected double sweeps, but that's it for us. Me, Naisu, Mirko, and Leo. Let's throw it over on stage for the winners.
Amid the never-ending challenges, the home ground heroes stood tall and carried the entire Malaysia on their back. Finishing with a top 3, their golden road, unfortunately, has not been achieved. But Axiata Arena, a round of applause for Selangor Red Giants. They fought really well, and this will be the last time for the final bow from the hometown heroes. You guys may now take your final bow. Once again, Axiata Arena, this is Selangor Red Giants! Thank you very much, boys. We hope to see you guys come back stronger next year. And now, your last grand finalist, Axiata Arena. Give it up for Team Liquid Indonesia!
Untuk lagi, guys. Kita besok akan menentukan, melihat langsung
They started crumble, but now they are stronger in this knockout stage. Okay, Indonesian teams, this is Axiata Arena. We did 3-0 on this final lower bracket. How do you guys manage to come back to this stage stronger? And how you guys manage to make it 3-0? Widih, kok 3-0 ini? Keren banget.
Kita fokus di evaluasi kemarin sih, terus ya secepat mungkin belajar lah dari kesalahan kemarin gitu.
So they learned really fast. They want to make it better for the next. But how you guys managed to learn it really fast? Because your gameplay is really strong now. Widih, gimana sih caranya? Secepat itu kalian belajar?
Apa ini? Waduh.
Karena kita mau jadi juara, jadi kita harus belajar secepat mungkin gitu.
Belajar secepat mungkin. Kemenangan ini benar-benar dinantikan, dan pastinya kalau dari Widih sendiri, seberapa susah sih untuk Widih?
Kongres,
3-0 ini.
Susah banget sih, soalnya kan kita hitungannya penggagal salah satu kandidat Golden Road kan. Jadi ya meskipun susah, cuma emang mungkin udah takdir kita aja gitu ya.
Facing Selangor Red Giant, the Golden Road,
tim baru.
So yeah, they say that it's hard. Yes, it's definitely hard, and we can see that they've actually prepared a lot for this matchup. Aaron Shiki, Aaron, come here. Now Aaron, I want to ask you, you just faced Innocent in the gold lane. He just won Breakthrough Player Award for M6. Was it hard, honestly, preparing for this matchup against Innocent?
Yes.
susah. Innocent. Okay, it's hard to go against Innocent. Now, what was the challenges you faced preparing for today? Especially, look, Axiata Arena, the entire arena is cheering for Selangor Red Giants. Do you feel pressure?
Sorry.
Saya tidak ada pressure. Nggak ke pressure maksudnya.
You don't feel pressured at all. So do you think that it's more buff for you when you see everybody cheering for your opponent? Rasa buff tak? Entire arena cheer untuk Selangor Red Giants tadi. Apa?
Mungkin karena ada orang spesial aja kali. Jadi.
Oh, there's a special someone. What do you want to say to that special someone?
Rahasia.
No. Say. Don't say the name, but like a message to the special someone. Mau cakap apa dekat special someone?
Menang siapa?
Makasih yang lain. Makasih. Terus, dan lagi makasih pokoknya.
Thank you.
Ya.
Thank you.
Berisik. Sorry.
He's secretive. It's a secret. Maybe if he wins tomorrow, he will expose. Who knows?
Ooh, we will wait for it. But after Aaron has to face Innocent, it's really hard. But now, Aaron, as the oldest one here, as the captain here, ini adalah panggung internasional pertama tim Liquid. Panggung yang membawa banyak memori. This stage has a lot of memory for Indonesian. So, how confident? Seberapa pede sih for Aaron to bring Tim Liquid ID to the glory, to the champion?
Karena ini tempat kita dapat M1 dulu, jadi semoga kita bisa dapetin M6 sih.
Lihat bro.
Semoga.
Aaron
Tapi melihat bagaimana perjalanan kalian yang naik turun, tren ini begitu kuat untuk Aaron. Sekarang Tim Liquid ID begitu kuat. Apakah ini memang udah top play of Team Liquid ID? Is this the top play Team Liquid ID has?
Let's see tomorrow, Bude.
Yes, and from what Aaron said actually, this is the 4 walls where they crowned M1 champion from Indonesia, which is EVOS. They're hoping that this will be the 4 walls that crowns them this time around. Now, Fabian. Whoa, both mics. Hi, Fabian. You feeling good?
What?
You're feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good. And definitely, you should be feeling good. Clean sweep up against Selangor Red Giants. Now that you're in the grand final, once again, you will be going up against King Kong. Now, you've met him twice already. Do you think you'll be ready to meet him again for the 3rd time tomorrow and hopefully get different results?
Tanah banyak cakap ah. Yang penting saya main aja lah.
You don't want to say so much, you just want to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to him? Because I saw a video where he actually disturbed you, I think, on Instagram. Yeah. Do you have anything to say to him? Because you guys are like friends.
For King Kong, love you King Kong.
But
bromance.
What do you guys talk about? Kalian ngobrol apa sih pas lagi ketemu? You guys are close. Are you talking about Mobile Legends?
Aduh, cuma bad words lah, jangan.
No. The video, I think it was a kiss on the cheek or something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Cute friendship between the players, but last but not least, we have Yaskiel here. We know that a lot of fans come to Axiata. A lot of fans in Indonesia as well watching you online, around the globe. Yaskiel for this win. Untuk kemenangan ini, please say something.
Makasih semua supporter Indonesia yang udah datang jauh-jauh ke Malaysia, terus yang nonton dari online juga, terutama buat keluarga juga yang udah support kita, tetap dukung kita di grand final besok.
And for tomorrow match, untuk match besok hari, Yaskiel, say something.
Kita bakal juara besok sih.
He won champion. Thank you very much and congratulations to Team Liquid. We will see you guys tomorrow at the grand finals. And with that, let's join back to the panel.
Widi sudah pede.
There's a lot to say, but before we even start, we gotta look at history, man. Because history is repeating itself. In M1, Malaysia got top 3. That was Todak. And now Selangor Red Giants is following Todak's step, getting top 3 again. And this time, TLID going to the grand finals. Before this, it was Indonesia that won, but that was Indo versus Indo. So now we have to see if what happened at M1 will happen again at M6.
Man, a crazy thought, to be honest. A crazy thought that, you know, things would pan out this way. Obviously, there are those who are a little disappointed with the performance here, but, I mean, all good things have to come an end. I just wish that game didn't look the way it did. And that's the unfortunate part. But you got to give it credit where credit is due. The Cavalry, TLID, played one hell of a game.
Yeah, they brought their game to such a different level. I don't think any of us expected it to be sweeps back-to-back, lower bracket semifinals, lower bracket finals. But at least it gives us hope that TLID is very ready when they meet FNOP tomorrow.
So again, the start of this, again, Slangoray Giants, game number 1, game number 2, game number 3, they took a very big risk when it comes to their draft. I kind of feel like the first 3 picks looked pretty good. But again, the Fredrin, great hero, paired up with the Bruno, it's just that Ezekiel has been getting the Eve over and over and over again, and he's been phenomenal on it.
Yeah, he has been phenomenal on it, and Yehezkel's trying to hide his build, but unfortunately, we got it all on wraps. He went for Glowing Wand, and then immediately after, decided to go for the Wishing Lantern. Now, the problem here is that once you start the Wishing Lantern, all tanks, no matter how big you are, no matter how much healing you have, the Glowing Wand counters that, you cannot walk up anymore. And that was the final nail in the coffin for the side of TLID to ensure that they get this game. However, despite that, I feel like SRG, this is one, I would say, one of their worst performances. Everybody's making weird decisions. Everybody's kind of all over the place. There was coordination, and worse yet, people were making some individual plays that just didn't make sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, especially in a best-of-5 when you're already down by 2, facing a potential sweep. I mean, that's very hard to come back from, almost impossible. And to see TLID, I feel like they understood the objective, right? They knew, hey, we got to them mentally, and now it's time to capitalize. Now it's time to honestly, it was still a great series. A lot that went well for SRG. Definitely congratulations to making it top 3 game as well. But today's story is TLID.
Yep, SRG definitely has to look back into their play because I agree with Gideon, honestly. Miscalculated plays, a lot of questionable movements coming in. But TLID, we got to talk about how fast Aaron Shiki got that goal. Because Innocent got 1 item, he got 2. Like, it was like 7 minutes, 6, 7 minutes that he got 2 items, and that was very, very fast. Like, honestly, like, the question was posed. Bruno or Natan, who has the better late game? Like, we didn't even get to that point.
We didn't even get the opportunity to actually see it. We may never get to the opportunity to see that, honestly, but I mean, TLID came in game 1 swinging, really disrupt the idea of SRG being an early aggressive team. And SRG, from that moment until the last game, just felt like they didn't know how to deal with it. We saw it in that last time. TLID knew, okay, you have the Fredrin, we know it's a slow jungler, we're going to slow it down even more. And Witty was just in the face of Sekai's nonstop, denying multiple buffs. Look at the buffs right now. Only 3 orange buffs and 4 purple buffs on the side of SRG over the span of that almost 11 minutes. TLID just knew the objective and executed perfectly.
Gentlemen, TLID is with CLDR. Do you guys feel like TLID won the draft all 3 games?
All 3 games? Ooh, I would say yes. They did win in every single aspect there, but it's not like a complete win. I would say 60-40.
Right now we gotta look at the MVP Flavor Fave. It's Pavian. That's looking very good. He doesn't want to say much. He doesn't want to say much. He just wants to play.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be the plan here, right? He needs to keep it clean. They need to be prepared because possibly the biggest day of their career is coming tomorrow. And it's not very often we get to see a game MVP without full items. And that's what we're getting right here. The guy went for a little bit of safety in the end there, a little bit impossible. But overall, man, Fabian, I think we only saw him play Suyo all 3 games, right?
Joy won, right?
Yep.
Joy game 1 and then Suyo, right?
Yep. All of which he was having a ridiculous GPM. I would say like even the previous ones, like 800 seems about okay now that we're coming to like the last legs of the competition. 970. 970. He had a free game here.
Yeah, we got the pleasure of seeing him pick everybody apart, right? He definitely was going in for those solo kills. Well-deserved MVP for Fabian.
Coming into these highlights, There's just a lot of awkward moments, right? Why didn't you just not turn to this bush? You have Joker, he can't react to it. Same thing going for Innocent. The way that he lost his lane just really came down to nobody's communicating where exactly Witty is supposed to be. And I mean, obviously there's a couple of awkward moments with the Retributions not being able to take away the buffs, but at the end of the day, all of this is recoverable, right? They were building up to a playing a composition in a meta which they played for maybe over 2 years at this point.
Yeah, but Team Liquid ID was just, I mean, every mistake that a team makes, Team Liquid ID is going to make it feel like it's 2 or 3 mistakes. The goal just built up too quick. They were too clean overall. I mean, in game 1, TLID was maybe a little bit messy, but as those games went on, TLID was just like, nah, they were cleaning up, they were polishing up, and it was just getting harder and harder for SRG to keep up.
And now we're looking at the bracket here. These are the final 2 teams. It's Fnatic, Onyx, Philippines, going up against TLID, where TLID will relieve the glory of M1 and FNOP. They want to make sure the Philippines keep on holding on to the World Championship title. Both teams, a lot of stakes for this one, because FNOP loses. First time in a long time. Philippines lost in the grand finals, and TLID not relieving the M1.
But they have the lower bracket to work in their favor. We typically see the lower bracket in these situations win out in the grand finals over the top bracket. And how crazy is it that in the beginning of the Swift stage, we watched Fnatic, Onyx, and TLID fight it out. In the upper bracket finals, we watched them fight it out as well. And now we see them on the grand stage in the grand finals for one final bout.
Hopefully TLID do something different than how their previous bouts went, because FNOP seemed to have their number, they seem to have their card. So far, look, FNOP was doing a TLID of what TLID just did to SRG. So TLID needs to think about how they're going to come into this grand finals, because it is definitely not going to be easy.
I mean, like, here's the thing. We heard in the interview where Weedy was like, we want to become champions, and how do we become champions is we got to learn. We got to adapt very, very fast. Because Clara asked that they look so different right now. We just got to see what else have they learned, because this is what they showed against SRG, which, honestly, in my personal opinion, they haven't shown much. They just showed what they've already played.
I think the most that they've showed is the fact that Aran can actually play the Cho in the EXP. It makes that, flex pick a little bit more interesting. It makes you think, do I really need fast hands, or do I just need to strategize and outplay my opponent?
Well, wait a moment. We have a huge announcement to make. In conjunction of the Magic Chess Go soft launch in Malaysia and Singapore, we will be showcasing the first ever official Magic Chess Go competition, and participants none other than Solos, Just No Limit, Kelvin, Fuego, Fast, Beloyski,
Gaius, and Dean Gaming. So, make sure you don't miss out on the Magic Chess Go All-Star happening on the 14th of December in Axiata Arena, right after the M6 semifinal matches. Don't forget to download Magic Chess Go on your devices and experience the new and fresh gameplay.
Man, that sounds good, by the way.
That sounded great.
That sounded great. And,
I learned from you.
Just to keep it short, is happening after this. Like, just after this.
Just a way to kind of show off the new game in its own standalone. It runs at 60 FPS, and you've got a bunch of influencers ready to throw down and about.
Do you think Beloyski will go for the lose streak strategy?
No.
Because he always takes 7 deaths, so maybe he'll take a couple losses in a row, get his econ up.
Although, that's an interesting proposition.
Just saying,
it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. But now we gotta look at the Kadia play of the day. We had 2 best of 5s. Unfortunately, all of them were sweeps. But let's check out the play of the day. It looks like this play today is between Team Spirit and Selangor Red Giants, where Yums didn't use the jump hit for this one, but this is the wipeout that Selangor Giants got onto Team Spirit.
Yeah, it was quite the capitalization, because a lot of their ults had already been thrown out, but at the same time, a bit of an overextension, right? We see the push and pull between both of these teams. Once Team Spirit went too far, SRG clapped back.
Yeah, a nice chef's kiss, a nice au revoir at that point. They get the play of the day. But tomorrow we're going to see Snap and TLID.
Thank you untuk semuanya sudah mampir.
Because tomorrow it is going to be a best of 7. Hopefully it's not just 4 games. Because if that's it, something about Axiata Arena, man, whoever wins game number 1, they're just going to keep on winning. Like, tomorrow is 4-0. Something about this.
Hey, you better hope history repeats itself. Maybe that reverse sweep might just happen. I don't know from what side, and I'm not pointing out in either direction, but it could possibly happen here in this legendary.
So if a 3-0 happens,
Thank you
and
semuanya.
the other team gets
Sudah
1 win,
nonton. Thank you.
then Axiata Arena is
See you.
activated.
Axiata.
Thank you.
Axiata. Like,
Yeah, Axiata.